Good morning. Today, free day. I'm not sure anyone's getting value out of the transcripts, so no transcripts from now. We'll see how we go. People die. I will work it out. So welcome to the Forex Speed webinar for Monday, the 1st of December, 2014. Now, it used to be that days like today were actually important in the markets because funds would flow into the markets and around this time of year. And I still think it is not a bad thing to do, to look at. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes these markets do well. Sometimes they don't. So hopefully we can all get a bit of a boost out of this market, and we'll see where we go. Before we go anywhere, I'll do the bullhorns and bear pause warnings. We have long-term bear pause warnings in the following foreign exchange pairs. New line. USD CAD, new line. USD JPY, new line. USD CHF, new line. US dollar index, new line. We have long-term bullhorns warnings in the following currency pairs, new line. EUR USD, new line. And that's it for the long-term bullhorns warnings. We have short-term bear pause warnings in the following currency pairs, new line. USD Mexican peso. Now the reality is that we've had these bear pause and bullhorns warnings during the entire decline that we've seen. So we can't really rely on them too much, can we? So it is a little bit disappointing to see. And really, yeah, we have to work out what the hell's going on with everything at the moment. Let's have a look at the US dollar index, DX, and I'll just get used to not having the dodgy working for me. It's just unusual. It's going to be easier, but unusual. Currently, we're seeing 88.42 as the high in this, and basically, when we look down the time frames, we see a little bit of a struggle streak pattern appearing on the weeklies, but not too bad. We see it starting up again. It hasn't given us any opportunity to get back in. On the US dollar index, we didn't get dips to buy towards 87. In fact, it got to 87.50, and that was it. I'm going to leave that alone at this point, just because of the weekly struggle streak pattern. And we'll have now EUR USD. We can see the Euro USD. Not really. We're going to get an update in a second. Here we go. This should update for the 29th. Is it the 29th? Yeah. Anyway, this is actually a full-on update. Nothing we can say or do in that. We went long. Stock is at 124.05. We haven't got taken out yet. Actually, no, we haven't been taken out yet, so we've got a little bit more to go. See how that goes. GBP USD. We did go long this. We have been stopped out on that. 157.40. Just. That was the high, so we've been stopped. So still in the euro, out on the other one. Aussie dollar, and Aussie dollar, we went long on dips to 85.20. At least we've gone long at 85.20, and been stopped out at. We're still in. Okay, so we're actually in. I find this a bit strange, this number here. So we're long with the stop at 84.60, and we're in at 8520, and scared. So we'll have another go at it on the downs if it breaks. It is around the big support area at the moment, and just hanging in there. USD CAD making a new push for a new high. We're not seeing anything else that would detract from that. Basically, if you are long, have your stop at 1.133. NZD USD in a triangle, that would imply that it goes lower. Looking for a breakdown below 78 with a stop above 79.48. USD CAD, CHF, apologies. On the Aussie Swiss, sorry, dollar Swiss, we see confusion. Supposedly the US dollar, as well as the gold referendum, there was also a referendum to see whether they stopped Americans being able to buy, come to, at least rich people come to Switzerland and basically go to a tax haven. And it apparently is in the French areas of Switzerland, not the German areas. And so I wonder how much of an effect this will have. They've voted not to stop it. And we see here, and we see this it's pressing into the top of the cloud. I'd suspect we might have a dip back down to 0.916 on this. It is struggling a bit, so watch that level. I think we can have a short on this on a break below 0.9580 with a stop above 0.9739. Can we do it in a better position is the next question. A break below 0.9586. USD CHF, new line. Sell short on a new PHG trade with a stop loss above 0.8743 on a breakdown below 0.9580. Potential. So the potential target is 0.9481 or lower. We'll stop your line. USD JPY, as expected, this broke up. We don't have it on. We should really have something on there. I'm not going to. AUD JPY. We'll do AUD USD. AUD USD we've done. Sorry, just getting a bit flustered. I'm not used to this routine where I don't have to actually talk into the screen. AUD EUR. continuing to fall away. That probably will cause a few problems. If you do want to short this, you can have your stop at 0.6846. AUD GBP, same. The Aussie pound is not doing so well. Stop loss would be above 0.5430 and sell on a breakdown below 0.5392. AUD JPY. This is showing signs of weakness despite the strength in the USD JPY. And at the moment, if you do want to short this, you can have your stop above 101. We'll maintain our orders to sell a breakdown lower down. AUD NZD. This continues to be weak. I did think it would pick itself up, but it's obviously not liking that. We'll probably see it somewhere. To resurrect itself, it probably needs to get above 1.0910 with a stop loss below 1.0820. Do we have any questions on currencies? Answer is no. Let's move on to commodities. One moment, I just need to check something else. What I'll also do is I think I'll join the commodities together with the futures as well. Any objections, let me know. That way I don't have to jump out and run around and do all that sort of stuff. So welcome to the Commodities Speed webinar for Monday, the 1st of December 2014. We have long-term bull horns warnings in the following commodities, new line. CT, cotton, new line. HG, copper, new line. HO, heating oil, new line. JO, orange juice, new line. LB, lumber, new line. PL, platinum, new line. SB, SZS, soybeans, new line. SB, sugar, new line. We have short-term bull horns warnings in the following commodities. CL, crude oil, new line. HG, copper, new line. HO, heating oil, new line. OZO, oats, new line. RB, XRB, RBOB, gasoline, new line. We have long-term bear pause warnings in the following commodities. And these commodities have figured like this for quite some time. And I'm a little bit concerned. Full stop, me in line. BO, ZO, and I meant ZL. Soybean oil, new line. DX, US dollar index, new line. KC, coffee, new line. LC, live cattle, new line. We have long-term bear pause warnings in the following commodities, new line. German Bund, new line. Japanese 10-year bonds, new line. JO, orange juice, new line. Kansas wheat, new line. Long gilts in the UK, new line. PA, palladium, new line. US ZB, US 30-year bonds, new line. WZW wheat, new line. Yeah, BOZO, it did spell bozo there. I picked that up too, Kevin. You didn't see it come up on the screen. I was actually recording it. These markets are bozo. Yeah. I think it's interesting. Palladium has a long-term bear pause warnings, at least short-term. What I just read out was short-term bear pause warnings, not long-term. I may have said that at the start. Okay, so let's. Baltic Dry Index, we see on the weekly charts we're having a failure, and that doesn't augur that well for the rest of the world. A bit of a failure is not the best idea, and it's kind of sad, really, isn't it? But it's broken down, and we can expect 1,000 below 920. Then we can expect new lows. So we get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we should expect maybe more likely down towards 1,000, that area, for it to stop falling. Chinese iron ore. Chinese iron ore has rallied, in case we haven't noticed. It rallied quite substantially. Now, I don't know whether that was due to contract rollover, but I've noticed a little bit of buying coming in. So stocks like Rio and FMG are all okay. They're okay, and they've stood up well. We haven't noticed it at the moment. So wouldn't be surprised to see some people coming into BHP thinking if oil can bottom, that might be a pretty interesting setup. So iron ore, unexpected strength for most people. I had thought that maybe we get down to about 61, 60, 61. It's had a good bounce, so I think you can go in and play with the iron ore guys today. The people still be arguing with it, be useful for buying. Uranium, We see uranium not quite getting off the ground as well as we would have liked. If you are long, raise your stop up to 38.5. Still hoping for that 46 area that we've mentioned previously. Crude oil. Crude oil fell off the peg, but we do know that around here is old support. And if we look closely, we'll see here a little bit of a double bottom at 64.24, that area. So these little spikes are usually not the best ones to hang your hat on, but it is support nonetheless. If it does break, then we're looking down towards around about the $51.35 area. Heating oil, smacked. Eugh. Yuck, yuck, yuck. That was seriously smacked. I don't think we had a heating oil on, did we? No, we did. And we got smacked. Boom. So much for the warm cycle. Three, five. Boom. Thank goodness for stop losses. Okay, let's get moving with the next one. Natural gas. Natural gas's volatility has been huge. I don't know what to make of it. It is pretty well toppish. A breakdown below 405 would be negative. Actually, around about here at 403. At the moment, don't touch natural gas. It's just too volatile. RBOB gasoline. We are getting bull horns warnings in this, as well as heating oil. And it just got smacked as well. So if you are short, well done. Stop would be at 204. US 30-year bonds. We see the 30-year bonds still looking good on the daily charts. It is getting some bear pause warnings. We are long. We can raise our stop loss up to 142.17. Oops. I'm a little bit worried about this going a bit more positive. Losing it a bit. So we might just, actually, let's bring that up to 142 and 22 30 seconds. Now, I'm not sure why this hasn't been taken out, but I am going to take it out again and hope that it doesn't. Actually, I'm going to delete it because I had actually taken it out previously. I don't know why it hasn't been taken out. Okay, this one we're going to have a look at. Australian 10-year bonds, new line. Aussie 10-year bonds, just having that three drives to a top sort of behaviour. Hasn't quite confirmed. Now, this data point here is bogus, so we'll ignore that. But let's assume that it's trading around about if you are long, you can have your stop at 96.8. US dollar index, DX, we still, as you saw in the commodities, in the Forex, this is still continuing on upwards. It's about to test an old top. It's about to test an old top, and stop loss would be below 87.94 if you are long. Look at the grains. Soybean oil smacked pretty seriously. Now, this was not on contract rollover, and I think it does appear to be missing a day. I don't know why. Oh, that's because it's Thanksgiving. Big gap down after Thanksgiving. So we weren't long, thank goodness. And where can we look for this to go to? Was broken down below the fib. It's actually closing just on the fib of the big range. So that's something we might need to So what you'd do is if it broke back through 32.95, you'd buy it with a stop below 32.10. We'll have an interest in this. Okay, 33. Where's the next contract? I think it's March, actually. January. Okay, so we'll go into January. Potential. Corn. You can see corn milling around. If long, stop is below 367. We haven't bought a break yet above 394, have we? No, not quite. We're still looking to go long there. Soybeans. Soybean has snapped back on us. We have been popped on our stop. We got entered and popped. Away from that, ignore it now. That's not our friend. We're gone. Have a look at, now we're going to go and have a look at, so we've done beans, done corn, we've done bean oil, we'll do rough rice. Rough rice, not much happening there, leave it alone. Wheat. Wheat is the strongest peg in the grains. We haven't been on it. If you are on it, stop can be at 5.55. There are some warning signs going off, but I don't think they're actually relevant. We should see it higher at some stage. Still a bit more to go. If you do want to buy it, you're going to close your eyes and buy mode. Copper. Copper is getting bullhorns warnings, but guess what? It's just fallen away like a rock. So there's no point standing there. We had around the 285 area as a target. When we look at the charts, we see it trending to the downside. So I don't see any reason to get into copper just yet unless it clears above 3. So 3 is the best thing. Let's have a look at the copper chart. As you can see, it's breaking out the bottom within the cloud, so we just don't want to touch it. If you do want to go short, stop is above 3. Palladium, this is on bear pause warnings. So you might want to sell break below 798 with a stop above 814. Platinum. We see platinum declining on the monthly charts pretty seriously. Weekly, just regrouping. Dailies, just head-butting. So if you do want to be short, your stop can be above 1231, and you can short it on a break below 1200. Now, the metal on everyone's lips is gold. Now, we did think that the Swiss referendum would not come off as positive, as being having to go out and central bank having to go out and buy lots of gold. The price action that we saw did actually confirm that behaviour before the result was out. Apparently, only 49% of Swiss actually turned out who were enrolled to vote, turned out to vote, and so that is a bit of a turnaround. It's a little bit of a slap. They voted not to increase, or actually to force the government and the central bank to actually hold gold against its own currency. They also let people who are there for tax reasons stay there in the French provinces, French-speaking provinces. Anyway, upshot is gold is still in a weak position unless it gets above 1200. We have done all those work down towards 1090, 1024, and maybe there's a panic this morning. I'm not so sure it'll panic. I think that it's factored in a lot of that move, so it may just sit there and groan to itself. Silver got smacked. That's not unusual. It's probably looking down to around about $13 an ounce. Bit of a difference from $50 where it was all those years ago, 2010. They were heady days, weren't they? This reminds me of maybe the Sydney property market. Softs commodities, cocoa, new line. Cocoa, we don't see anything doing. We are gone from cocoa. It's flagging a little bit. I can't see what to do with cocoa at the moment. Coffee, still on bear pause warnings. Still looking for 175, 176 or lower. If you do want to be short, you could have your stop loss at 194. Cotton on bull horns warnings, forming a little bit of a basing formation. We have seen this on a few occasions before, and it's come to nothing. See what the volume is here. Volume's a little bit interesting to the upside. And it has recovered above $60. Tough one. If you want to buy this, you can have a stop at 59.85, looking towards 64.41, and you buy a break above 61.84. Again, tough one probably because of the US dollar price, US dollar currency being, if it strengthens, then commodities get harder. Orange juice. Now, a lot of the orange juice is consumed in America, so going up is okay. We do have a stop loss. We are long PHG trade, and we can run our stop loss up to 146 or so. Not that keen to run it up too high. Down here. Yeah, let's run it at 146. Sugar. Fallen out of bed. Sold the breakdown of 15.82. We are now short, and our stop loss moves down to 16. Okay, so that's it. We'll come back in and we'll do the world indices in a different room at 9:15. I may come in a little bit earlier, but I think we'll do that. I'd like to know how this new system is working for everybody. Seems to be working well for me, but I'm not sure whether everybody else is enjoying. But we'll talk a bit about that later. I also want to know how people go without the transcripts. We've just saved a good 21 minutes, actually, not 15, but 21 minutes, and me a little bit more less stress. Cheers, have a good one.